Howdy, folks. I'm Mark, and today I'm joined once again by Dalton Fuller. Dalton, thank you for joining me for the short talk about video games.
Happy to be here.
Well, good to have you here. You are listening to Quick Play, so let's get right into it, even though we just have come off the heels of learning that G Fuel has gone out of business. I don't know how we'll continue, but we will.
Yes.
The podcast must go on.
We'll try.
Speaking of sign of the times, we are now 5 years into this decade of the 2020s, and so throughout this whole year, I'm doing a whole ongoing series asking each of my guests, what is your game of the decade? Which is funny because it's only half the decade, but it works because it's a nice little checkpoint. We can see how video games are doing in the 2020s, and it's also just a little excuse to talk about the games we like. So Dalton, what has been your game of the decade so far?
Yeah, so I'm going to cheat a little. Hopefully nobody else has done that, and I feel bad about it, but it honestly is the actual answer. When you asked me this question,
yeah,
that was the first game that popped in my head, and then I was like, wait, that didn't come out in the 2020s.
Okay,
but
ready.
Live service game. My game of the decade is still Destiny 2.
Incredible.
Released in 2017, so not quite the decade, but live service, it has continued. And I would say its best expansions have come in the 2020s.
That's fair.
I appreciate that. You're gracious host. Thank you.
We can make the rules just for you. Very special boy.
I appreciate it.
I guess if you had to pick like one kind of expansion release to be of like this one for the, in the decade.
Final Shape for sure.
Okay.
Which I was sure would be the one people would all, other Destiny players would pick because they finally got it right. But that one especially, it only took 2014 Destiny 1. We don't talk about it, but I really do think that game, they overcorrected. As somebody with many, we just talked about video game budgets, and I'll clearly say that I won't say how many hours I had in Destiny just to see what my priorities are there. But I think that a game that they maybe overcorrected on resetting to bring people back in took it a couple years to find its stride again, and then in the 2020s and with its expansions with Final Shape, really did. And I just it hits all of my pleasure centers. It feels great to shoot. It's set in space.
Yeah.
You get to wear a cool cape if you're a hunter, which I am.
That's pretty cool.
And I love it. There's a joke in our household that Destiny is like the only thing I've ever truly been addicted to.
Okay.
Drug. And so we like to do the like, anytime my wife notices that I'm playing Destiny again, she's like, "Oh, you fell off the wagon." And so there's the only choice. It's the game I played the most in this decade. And so any other answer would have felt disingenuous.
That's fair. We'll allow it. So you dug into a little bit, but what I like to ask too is like what is Destiny 2 about? Like, mechanic wise,
yeah. Destiny 2 is about looking as cool as you can while you do mission. No,
that's fair. Yeah. Sounds right.
It is. I mean, it is essentially an MMO.
Okay, but
also an FPS.
Sure.
And so obviously made by Bungie, and they made Halo, and Halo is very. I don't play video games without Halo, like, to be honest. And so I've just followed them along, and Destiny just really, it's about man, that's a tough question for me. If somebody's played, I will say 2,000 hours of this game.
That's incredible.
It's just really it's about vibing. It's about getting to the strongest power that you can. It's about doing raids. It's about chasing that one gun that you want that you just can't get. It's about so many things, and
you just call video games. That's correct. That's why we do this.
That's so true. But it's I think to me it's just like one of those games where it's like comfort food. It is. To me, what it's about is knowing that no matter what, I can always boot that game up and there will be something interesting and fun to do. And it's gone through peaks and valleys. I can't say I haven't gotten mad at it, or I
Sure.
haven't been tired of it, or I don't stop playing it for months. But they always can find ways to bring me back. They always can find ways to get me excited about that game again. And when they inevitably, no matter what they want to say, do a Destiny 3, they will get me to play it again and to start over. And
even when it's in a terrible shape at the beginning, and then
exactly
figure it out in 5 years.
Yes, whatever. When I pick it for my best of 2040s list, because it took them 5 years to make it the best.
There you go.
I will. But it's just one of those games where when they finally get it right, there isn't a game I like better.
Wow.
And
okay.
I just, I will take the lumps to get it to there.
This is a big question, but would you consider Destiny 2 like just your favorite game of all time?
I always say Destiny, like the franchise, which is again another cop-out answer because I'm a coward, is my favorite game of all time. But I would say Destiny 1 is probably my favorite game of all time, and 2 is I still love because I still just get to play the game. They're still getting updates, but yeah, I mean, 1 I would say that, like, if you were, I would hate that, and I would probably throw up whenever I tried to answer it. But if you were to make me answer my favorite game of all time, it would be Destiny. Yes.
Gotcha, man. That's high praise. Well, we're already kind of getting into it here, but what more do you like about it?
Yeah, I just like. I mean, I think, and again, hyperbole, I guess, when you're asking your favorite game or stuff like that. But I just don't think there's a better game with shooting mechanic. Like, I don't think a better game does shooting. Sorry, I said that backwards. I don't think a game does shooting better.
Got it.
Than Destiny. Like,
that's why I heard you say it too, even though we got there. We landed there.
Right, we made it there. But the mechanics of it and the loop of killing the enemies to get your super, to kill them with that, to like that loop, and then when the numbers just keep going up, and just something about it just hits my brain just right, where I love that. Like, and I love that they continue to find new areas and new raids and new missions and new subclasses and all the nerdy stuff. I like to look at the spreadsheets and figure out how to get the right armor, all of that stuff. It's a game that can be as deep as you want it to be, and I just really respond to that.
Nice. Yeah, with the shooting, that's been the thing. Like, I haven't played any of Destiny or Destiny 2. That's the thing I've always heard of, like, even in the darkest depths of Destiny, it's like, but man, the shooting don't feel good. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what's kind of always get people back into it. From where it's at right now, like, is it kind of at the best it's been, or is it, how do you describe that?
I think we're honestly, like, I think now they're kind of just in we kind of did it. And so now if you want to keep playing, we're still doing it. True. But I wouldn't say, like, I'm the joke with MMOs of any kind are always like, there's never been a better time to start playing those games or whatever. Yeah. And I wouldn't say that for Destiny. As like one of its biggest fans, I would never try and come on here and be like, you should get into it right now. Because I don't know that that's true. Like, I really don't think that is the case. But for me personally, as somebody who just likes to log in a couple times a week and play a thing, it is giving me exactly what I want.
Yeah.
It is. They continue to do new, passes and new missions and new game types. It's maybe not as expansive as it has been in the past, but as somebody who's been on this train since literally the beta of Destiny 1 way back in 2014, they continue to fulfill. Yeah, exactly. Right. Dinklebot, I was there. I feel like an old man now. But I think they continue to give the players who have stuck with them, they continue to give you reasons to log in. I don't necessarily think I could come on here and be like, you should buy Destiny 2 and all these expansions right now.
Yeah.
As much as I want people to come and play with me and do that, I can't lie to you.
Sure. That makes sense. It's at least in the spot where it's like the shooting, you do the shooting that feels good to get the things that help the shooting make you feel better. Like,
it's a lot. There's a lot to do. I will say, like, if the idea of Destiny is ever exciting to you, there is at least a lot that you could come and do, even if it's not like the newest or whatever, if you don't care about that. There is still plenty of campaigns and raids and missions and strikes and all the words that don't make sense if you haven't played the game to do.
This is like different tiers and different synonyms of the same exact thing. It's like, those. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do the mission on this level or that level?
There we go. I got it. Yes. Anything else you wish was different? Like, I know it's kind of in a cruise control spot right now for you, but what do you wish was different about it?
I kind of just want to see them like do a new one. I would like to see, I think at this point, I think they have done everything they can do in Destiny 2. Okay. And I think that if you were to ask, I don't want to speak to developers, but I think if you were to ask them in their heart of hearts, they would probably agree with that. So I would kind of like to see now where like they have had these almost 10 years of this franchise to learn how to do this live service game and honestly do it for all of its lumps better than most.
Sure. Yeah.
Like for other than your WoWs and your Final Fantasy 14s, like how many MMOs survive? How many Destiny killers have we had? RIP to Anthem,
Yeah.
But I would like to see them now, and I guess with the backing of Sony, although who knows if that's good or bad. I would like to see them now take that into a third installment and really just like make good on it, make it next gen. Like this is a game again from 2017 for the PS4, for the Xbox One. I would love to see a next gen version, like them upgrade it. So that would be the biggest thing for me. I know. What would you like from this game? A new game is the most cop-out answer. But
I mean, Destiny 2 is just too perfect. We just gotta like have a fresh slate, so there's something to improve.
Exactly. I just really want them to like. I guess this is another. Maybe this is me and other people who play these long-standing games don't feel this way. I would love an excuse to start over.
Yeah.
Like I would love an excuse to be like, you're brand new in this game, like go again, because the most fun in these games is starting over, being new, being fresh, learning the new weapons, learning the new subclasses, learning the new locales. And so another chance, a third chance to do that, where the first two chances were two of my favorite gaming experiences of my gaming life. How could I not want that again? Which I know is the most selfish thing, but
it is. That actually is like pretty special that they could kind of set themselves up like that. Which I guess Bungie's doing Marathon next.
Yeah,
is that
Marathon next. Yeah, which I will play.
Nice. There you go. I've from what I've seen, it's like kind of a little bit iffy, but
yeah,
we'll see.
But
at least for Destiny, it is special that like you can kind of put players in a spot where they're ready for the next one, and that's like versus thinking of everything around Overwatch 2, feeling like this is unnecessary. Like just keep updating Overwatch 1. You kind of nuked Overwatch 1.
Yes.
But instead, it's like people are ready and willing to spend another $60 and then all the other purchases again. It was kind of cool.
I agree. Yeah. And I that is like, I think they do such a good job of, at least to me, of that initial like rollout when they create the new games, when they decide to cut you off. And like that was a big thing going from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. They were very upfront. They were like, none of your stuff comes over. Like you're starting over. It can be your same character, but for all intents and purposes, it's not. And I kind of enjoy that. It's like when you get a new phone and you like forgot to back up your phone and you have to start fresh. And you're like, actually, this is kind of nice.
I'm glad someone did this to me instead of me having to make this choice for myself.
Right. Yeah. I could never do it. I could never delete all of the guns I'll never use in my vault in Destiny 2. But if in Destiny 3, they're like, you don't have any of those, it would be exciting. And I think they do a good job at that. I think they are a studio that is very good at first impressions. I think that's been true for honestly all of their career. I think you think about, the Halos and all of that. I think they start very strongly and like they go through their dips. And I will never sit here and tell you that the entire lifespan of Destiny has been amazing, because it has not. But they have done enough that like I will say, like I said, I'll play Marathon, and it's like I've played so much Destiny and so much Destiny 2 and had so much fun that they have bought the benefit of the doubt, even for a different game for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Marathon will now be my game of the decade when we do this again. It may not be. I may only play 5 hours of it, but I have played and enjoyed so much of Destiny that anything that Bungie puts their name on, I will at least pick the sticks up on.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Nice for Bungie.
I hope they survive. I'm really scared. Honestly, like it's I just like from like a personal standpoint, I just want them to figure it out and be successful because I think that they just when they can get out of their own way, they do really, really great work. So I don't want them to go away.
Yeah. I just want nice things for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I guess so in 2030, do you feel like that Destiny 2, maybe Asterisk, the final shape, will that ultimately still be your game of the decade? Or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I hope not, to be honest with you. Because I would love for another game to come along and to steal that crown. I'm a person who I chase new experiences. I chase hoping to find that new favorite thing. I'm not a replayer. I'm not a rewatcher as much. I like to try these new things and hope that they are my new favorite thing. And so I hope it isn't. I hope that there is a new game. I hope that maybe Marathon, maybe, anything else X game is coming out. I can't even speculate, but
2029 Destiny 3 is just squeaks in.
It's right underneath. I have to do it again. Like we do this in 2030, and I'm like, well, my favorite game of 2030 was a game that came out in the 2020s. But
there you go.
I hope it isn't. But if they do a Destiny 3 and it is, that would be best case scenario.
Yeah. Nice. Is there any other game that's like, I mean, already you bent the rules here, but any other games that like didn't come out in the 2020s that you feel like has been personally impactful or special for you for this decade?
Yeah, I mean, another one I think that is really funny is, again, to make like an old game, but it's new, but Final Fantasy VII, I think Remake, I never played the original, but Remake and Rebirth, like I have loved both of those games and I'm very excited for the third one. And so I guess that maybe bends the rules a little bit again. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake was 2020, so I guess that does help me out.
I would, and Rebirth too was like last year.
Rebirth was last year, so I'll bend the rules the other way for this.
Yes. Now you've picked games that are actually in this decade. Nice. Yeah.
But I think I found so much love for those games and those characters and that story, and I'm very excited to see them, close it off. And it's just, so I think that would probably be my answer on that side. It's just those. I can't wait to see how they finish that totally coherent, normal story that they've been telling.
Yes. Nice. Yeah, I've been Final Fantasy deprived. I'm kind of like turn-based allergic.
Same.
So I mean, but Remake's kind of like the closest I've come. So we will see. That might be something I check out eventually.
Yeah. But other than Expedition 33, which I never will play, and Pokemon, but that's different. At turn-based, I'm the same. I don't like item managing in games, and I feel like you have to do that a lot in turn-based games. So I don't love that. I do a lot like not like Expedition 33, like the activeness of the turn-based in that game was very revelatory for me, and I hope other turn-based games can steal that, but I feel you on that.
Yeah, I just don't like being stopped. I'm like, no,
let me
everyone stop. Here's a menu. Make a choice. It's like, no, just let me run.
I don't like being hit whenever I've like set this stuff up and I still take damage, and I'm like, but I did this. Like I've set this up perfectly. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Right there with you. Well, our time is short here, but before we go, what is one hope that you have for the rest of the decade?
Oh, that's a good question. I honestly just hope that we continue to get really high quality games from these smaller studios that proc up. I think that the technology has gotten more democratized, and you can see, these really great Game of the Year winning like all-timer games come from studios that don't have to take 10 years to make these games, don't have to have a $400 million budget.
Yeah.
I've said Expedition 33 a couple times, or even Hollow Knight. I know it took them 7 years, but even still, or like a Blueprints, or like any of those games, like I hope that we can continue to see really high quality games from not your Xbox, your Sony's, your Nintendo's. The only like these smaller devs can continue to just like use the tools that they've been given, and that how the technology has really accelerated to let them do that. So I would just love to continue seeing that. I want to see what the next Expedition 33 game is. I want to see what Team Cherry can do again, like with a $25, $30 game. So I just really hope that we continue to see these, because like it's been terrible, like all of these layoffs and like the industry kind of shrinking at the very top. I'm hoping that like it's a good trickle down effect of these people making their own studios and making really great stuff, because I think those games, like those are really the ones that end up being special. It's like the ones you didn't know about, like Sony and Xbox or Microsoft and Nintendo, they'll forever make high quality games because they can afford it.
Right.
But the groundswell of smaller teams making really special stuff is growing, and I want to see that continue.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I was even thinking of like Blueprints was kind of nowhere. Balatro last year was out of nowhere. Like,
I'm still playing Balatro. Yeah, like, still like, it's one guy. Yeah, like you know, and I want, like, it's so amazing that he could do that on his own, and that game can be so special and so deep, and he's still making updates to it. And I want to see the more of those. Yeah.
I'd be curious to see kind of like over the span of the decade and seeing what percentage of the Game Award, the Keeleys, is full price games versus like not full price games.
Right.
Like even thinking of, man, I bet there's pretty high likelihood that the Game of the Year nominees like include Blueprints, Silksong, and Expedition 33, and that's like half of them could be games under $60.
$50 or less. Yeah, exactly. And like you just had your It Takes Two, like winning, like stuff like that. I mean, it's Split Fiction was this year. You know, that studio with Hazelight, like they've carved that stuff out where they can make those games on a budget and even give away a free copy, you know, for all intents and purposes for those games. So I love that. I think that as gaming gets more expensive and these, you know, prices for these standard games go up, it's really exciting to know that there is a thriving community of people making games for less than that you can still dip in on.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm right there with you. But here to wrap up, we just did this in the last episode too, but one name, one game. What are you playing?
Yes. So I'm playing a lot of Rematch. If you like soccer, play Rematch. It's a lot of fun. It is. If you are also, I will say, if you ever got into Rocket League, I think Rematch scratches a lot of the same itches as Rocket League.
Okay.
For good and bad. But I've been playing a lot of that. I just recently beat Song of the Sea. And then I've only just started it, Hell Is Us. I'm a couple hours into Hell Is Us. I'm really interested. I'm keeping a notebook, as you have to, because they don't tell you anything in that game. But very cool.
Nice. I keep saying this every so often because it's like I need to actually finish this, but the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I'm gonna do it.
You gotta do it.
I'm gonna wrap that one up.
Nice. You're gonna be welcomed. You will be welcomed.
I must be welcomed finally. I've just been hanging out in the foyer of the Nintendo Switch the entire time.
Come on,
for the past 3 months. Yeah. Well, Dalton, thank you again for joining me. Where else on the internet?
Yes, again, the only place I like to plug is my Letterboxd. Follow me for movie reviews. No, it's video games here, but I love movies. So Dalton Fuller on Letterboxd. Come over there and disagree with me, agree with me on movies.
There you go. Well, thank you all for listening in. You can follow us on the major podcasting services or on YouTube. And if you're there, you can press all the good buttons if you enjoy this conversation. You can also find us on the proper socials at Quick Play Pod and let us know, is Destiny 2 the game of the decade? The game that didn't even come out this decade? It's an important question. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks. Bye.